He did not only work. This that you cannot remain where you are, you need to manifest something to the world. It's not a good thing to come to this world and just eat and go. There should be something remarkable. The deposit of God in you must be made manifest, that after your departure, they will say, oh, this man achieved something great. That is what should be written concerning you. Because the seed you carry has the potential to do something that will make the world to recognize you as somebody that came and achieved something. Hallelujah. You may say, oh, these are foreigners. We have so many examples here. Some years ago, a man of God called me and said, oh, there's a prophet in Kogi State that wants me to minister in his church. But said the man is blind. Said the man will want to have me to minister in his church. So the man called me and we agreed. I've ministered in his church twice. The second time, the evangelist, Pastor Lutayo and Pastor Mary, they were with me. That first time, I was angry in my spirit with what I saw. As my driver and myself were approaching Kaba, and he called, oh, where are you? I said, we're almost entering Kaba. It's okay. When we get to this particular point, we should turn right. Then we should turn left. We'll get to a shop. Then we turn sharply to the right. Then when we got to a point, he said, where are we now? I said, we are around about close to the market. It's okay. There's a turning by the right. We should turn. Then we should be coming straight. We'll see a green shop. Then after it, there's a church. We should just wait there. Immediately I saw it. Just like he gave me the directions. We stopped there. And the man came. He was walking with dark spectacles. And he came alone. And he greeted me. And he held my hand. And he showed me everything in the room. He showed me the toilet. He showed me where they kept tissue and all of that. And I was confused. And I said, the man that called me told me a lie. He said, this man is blind. How can blind man lead me this way? Then he said, oh, he would take me to the church. He took me to the church and showed me everything. Then we took my bag, came back to the house, went in the living room. Then, he said, oh, since there's light, he want to iron his dress. I said, no, let me do it first. I said, no, sorry. Then he took his dress and ironed and hung. He saw that I was surprised. So he removed his spectacles. And there was no single eye. The whole thing was closed. It's just flesh. There was just a line here and a line here. I was both angry and stupefied. I was angry because if this man is able to do this, what I've seen, then I've not done well. So he removed it. I said, sir, Where's Mama? He said, it's gone for her business. He said, look at the beautiful woman. He pointed, he said, look at the picture. I said, I can see. He said, yes, I have 3 children. One is working. The 2 others are in school. I said, there's no house help. He said, no, everybody's busy. And he's the only one running everything. And I was still angry in my spirit. I said, And I have eyes, 2 eyes. And I said, sir, can you help me? Tell me your story. He laughed. He said, do you have the time? I said, yes, I want to learn. How are you able to do this? He said, yes, that's why he's always surprised. That when he's teaching people how to play guitar, and he's teaching people how to play keyboard, and he's teaching people how to set, what do you say there? Mixer. He said, you have to train. The man said all these things. He plays guitar. He said, you have to train. They don't get it. I said, you play guitar? You play all of this? He said, yes. He said, I set everything myself. He said, I've just finished my training session with 5 people. I told them I'm expecting a guest. That's why you didn't meet them. He said, but they are too slow. And I looked at him. Evangelist, you remember the man? Now, he now told me the story. He said, God, I thank you. I also thank my father. I said, I want the story. I want the story. He said, the parents only gave birth to the 2 of them and they came blind. And when they grew up to know themselves at age maybe 5 or 6, the mother was pampering them. And each time they fell or hit their legs on, the mother will cry and say, God, oh God. And the father will be angry. Leave them. And the father was aggressive. Leave them, let them learn themselves. Don't. That they grew up as children thinking that their father hated them. Because the mother was always, so. The father would say, let them take their own shower. Don't bathe for them. Leave them alone at home. Don't stay with them. They will learn in hard way. And the mother would say, hey, my children. He said, at a point, the father now packed their mother's wares and took her from that place to the village and said, go and stay with your parents until these children know how to live on their own. And that when the mother was going, they cried. And you know what the father did? The father said, if you run back to say you are going to come and meet this children, you won't meet because I'm changing accommodation tomorrow because you will not be able to find us. Took the mother away. And when he came back, they changed the accommodation so that the mother will not be able to locate them. And the father talked to them and said, you know what? There's a reason God has made you like that. You will suffer, but you make it in life. I'm not going to help you. Whatever you need as a father, I'm a farmer, I'll try and provide. But for me to be helping you and say, go and do that, he said, I won't have the time. You may hate me now, but in future, you will appreciate me. He said, so there is food, this is fire, this is there. I will leave you for 3 days. If you like, die. If you like, leave. The father went to the farm and left the children. He said for 2 days, they cried. They fell. They will be going, they will fall. They tried to make fire. Fire burned them. He said on the 3rd day, they woke up in the morning and said, God created us. Let us live and know that we are going to live successfully. So the 2 of them decided. And even when they fell, they won't cry. So they started to adjust. He said somehow they just discovered that there was an inner eye that was helping them to do whatever they were doing. He said, so if they were going to hit their legs on something, they would know. So they would just meander. And he said, and they were going to church regularly. The church organized somebody to be teaching them, and they started to play guitar. Then they became